guys, it is April from Getting Hygge with It. Today is day 1 of Vlogmas. Happy Vlogmas to you all. I am so excited to share, well, bookish love essentially. Most of Vlogmas is going to be very much a bookish thing. So today I am going to be talking to you about what I'm going to be reading this December. I've got, I think, 5 or 6 books here, and I am very eager for all of them, so let's just get right into it. First 2 books I want to talk to you about are books that I'm currently reading. I wasn't able to finish them in November, so they're moving into December, and that's just fine with me. We have Kate Atkins's Transcription. I'm actually reading it. I'm listening to this on audiobook and I'm really loving the audio. It's fantastic. Kate Atkinson can write in a way that I don't feel like anyone else can write. I just adore her. It's like butter. And I know that might be a cliched thing to say, but her writing is like butter. It just melts off of the tongue of the narrator. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So in this book we're following a woman named Juliet, and we follow her in 3 time periods in her life. We follow her when she's an older woman and she's hit by a car. That's actually how we meet her. We follow her back in the war when she was working with the British to kind of try and spy on British people who had affiliates with Germany. They had Nazi affiliations, and she's trying to crack down on them. And then we also follow her 10 years after the war when she's working for the BBC, and the past from the war begins to haunt her and kind of just comes up all over again in her life. It's wonderful so far. So far so good. I am, as I'm filming this, I'm at the beginning-ish of the book, but I'm liking it, so that's gonna go down. You guys know how I was on this like major Russian kick. I don't know where it came from, but it was mostly nonfiction. I read the Romanov sisters, I read Stalin's Daughter. Yeah, I'm just in a Russian mood, which came completely surprised me. But I am now moving into Russian fiction. And this is The Bear and the Nightingale. This is so beloved, and it is such a Christmassy book. It's very wintry, so I know that this is the best time to read this. And this is fantasy. Now you guys know I don't read a lot of fantasy. I am, as I'm filming this, I'm only like 130-ish pages in. I'm finding it slow, and I do find fantasy slow just generally, but I'm hoping that it will pick up. I'm liking the writing, but yeah, we shall see. Everyone seems to adore this book, so I have high hopes. It's very well written, so I am really hoping that I like it. I have to confess, I've already got The Girl in the Tower. The second in the series is like coming to me from the library because I just have a feeling, and then I might listen to that one on audiobook. I might. We shall see. But yes, this is about a young girl named Vasilia, and her mom dies giving birth to her, and her father remarries, and her stepmother is very religious, and all of the gods that Vasilia has grown up to admire and love, her stepmother Anna she doesn't like that at all. Like, she's very much one god. I think it's Christianity that she is a part of. And so Vasilia feels really lost, and she has ties to these gods, and it's very interesting, but we shall see. You know, it's the beginning, so and it's starting to ramp up, so yes. Now, if you watched my December revisit haul, where I basically go back to December of last year, look at all of the books that I bought, and I pick a book from there and read that book for this year. So I went back to December of 2017, and one of the books that I had bought is The Hours, and I'm going to read it this December. This is the winner of the Pulitzer Prize, and we follow 3 women. It's very much a Mrs. Dalloway kind of retelling. So we're following a woman in suburbia, I think the 1950s. We're following Virginia Woolf herself, who is about to write Mrs. Dalloway, and then we're following a modern day woman who's planning a party for a friend. So I am very eager to read this. I watched the movie when it first came out. I really enjoyed that, but you know, the book is always better, right? And it's been a long enough time that I don't remember it incredibly well. So yeah, I'm going to read The Hours. Very, very thrilled. Also tiny, teeny tiny, 200, just over 200 pages, which is how I like my books sometimes. For the first 12 days of December, so starting today, I'm going to be reading the first short story in Christmas Days. This is 12 Stories and 12 Feasts for 12 Days by Jeanette Winterson. I've heard so many wonderful things about this. I think it was the UK crew on BookTube that really sold this one to me, so thank you guys so much. I am definitely going to be doing this for the first 12 days of Christmas. I can't wait. I think most of them are fictional, but one of her stories relays one of her Christmases that she had. I don't know if it was from her childhood or what, but I am ready. I'm ready to dive in. Now, this one is ambitious. It is ambitious. I'm hoping to get to it. Fingers crossed I'll have enough time. It's A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dubois. This was all the rage in France. This was essentially like France Harry Potter. It's that big over there. And they're slowly being translated. I think the next book in this series is coming out fairly soon, like spring of 2019, I think. And this book is fantasy, and it's young adult fantasy. So you like YA and me, I'm very afraid, but I feel like I'm in good hands here. This is about a young girl who lives in a world in which there are many different kind of realms or worlds, and everyone in their own worlds have their own powers. And hers is being able to walk through mirrors and also being able to touch objects and understand the history of the object. I think she's also able to understand the person who owns the object a bit more. And she is promised to be married to a man or a boy from another world or realm. And she gets there and she realizes, oh, this is like totally a political marriage, and she's not really up for that. And I think she fights back in some way. And I'm really, really looking forward to diving into this. It's chunky. It's nearly 500 pages, but wouldn't this be just ideal for Christmas time? I'm really into magical stories for Christmas time. And the last book that I've got here is no exception to that. It is a book that I want to read right before Christmas, like maybe December 23rd, like really right before Christmas. It is Amy McKay's Hoffs Vent Was the Night. And this is about a group of witches who get together just after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. They sit around together and tell each other ghost stories. Now, I'm sure that I'll be able to knock this out in that period of time, because it's very short, like 100 pages, under 100 pages. So I'm really eager to read this, and it's such a gorgeous book. Like, look at these end papers. I'm ready for this story. I'm so ready for it. So those are the books that I'm really hoping to read this December. I'm already into 2 of them, so I have high hopes for the others that I'll be able to get them all in. Of course, Christmas is a bit of a busy time, but I want to carve out this time. You don't get to read Christmassy books any other time of the year, really, unless you're someone who reads Christmas books in July, which, you know, my hat goes off to you. But yeah, I want to make sure that I carve out this time and like make sure that I have coziness in this busy season. I hope that you guys are going to do that too. So yeah, that is my December TBR. Let me know in the comments below what you are planning to read this December. Are you guys reading Christmassy books, or are you shying away from that? What are you hoping to read? And I'll see you tomorrow because it's Vlogmas. Bye guys!